Chuck Spangler was a unique individual, a blend of intelligence, manufacturing know-how with a soft-spoken approach and kindness to all. I remember the first time I met Chuck many, many years ago. We were at a MEP national meeting and at dinner with another center director and owner of a manufacturing company. Chuck got into a lot of detail around the theory of constraints and lean manufacturing to a level of detail that was truly impressive. From that day on, we became friends, sharing stories about MEP, obviously, but more importantly, we also talked about our family, kids, vacation, baseball, and golf.
Chuck and I spent many hours, many days, many weeks together, traveling and on the road all across the United States, helping small manufacturers and helping promote the MEP system. We were both Christians, and we believed in serving the kingdom, that all of our actions in business, interactions with human beings, with organizations, they all had to be grounded in Scripture, and they had to be something to advance the kingdom. Chuck was a godly man, and I am so blessed to have been associated with him for 30 years.
First impression of him was this big burly man in a sweater vest. And I thought I was so in over my head, but I immediately felt comfortable when he talked to me, and he just made me feel so welcome.
I looked up the last email that he sent me in September, and what is so interesting and so Chuck Spangler is that he ended it with 5 exclamation points. Boom, 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 boom. And that's what I think about. You know, Chuck is all in, 110%,
Absolutely.
Enthusiastic. And his last sentence to me was about helping more companies. Yes. Exclamation points.
Yes.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if you were a big corporation like BMW or a little 1 or 2 person operation, because he treated everyone the same. He was a huge advocate for industry, big or small. He will truly be missed by all of manufacturing in South Carolina. This reminds me of my first time I met Chuck. I was at a smaller company in the upstate and had no clue what the SCMEP was, but Chuck insisted on the meeting. He was passionate about manufacturing, as am I. During the meeting, after sharing background, Chuck said, "I'm going to get you on our board," and he did. I remember Chuck leaving the office that day, and it felt like I had known him for most of his life.
He was a true believer in the mission of MEP. I remember early on I asked him to bring pretty much the whole agency over and kind of show me how it worked, because I was unaware of MEP. And he did, and it was remarkable, and we set up a collaborative system. And I remember several years ago now, about 5 years ago, Chuck was at a national MEP conference. U.S. Deputy Secretary of Commerce came in the room, made some remarks, and singled out and said, "Is anybody here from South Carolina?" Chuck raised his hand, said, "Stand up." He stood up, he said, "Tell everybody your name." He said, "I'm Chuck Spangler." The guy said, "I want everybody to take a look, because this is the best run MEP program in the United States of America." Chuck called me after that. He was on cloud 9. The thing about Chuck was he was, as it related to his work and his family, he was always on cloud 9. He is not easy to replace, and it's going to be hard for the agency. He was a good man, and I'm going to miss him, and the state of South Carolina will miss him. Rest in peace, Chuck.